Genetic disorders. Let us talk about the genetic disorders which are in the category of chromosomal disorder. So here we will be discussing about three genetic disorders as well as another topic, that is Hollandrick genes. So in genetic disorder, in chromosomal disorder, we take three very important disorders. One is Down syndrome, second is Klinefelter syndrome, and third is Turner syndrome. So Down syndrome, as it is named after the scientist Langdown in 1866, who actually reported it for the first time, and this condition is caused due to trisomy of 21st chromosome. This means that instead of a normal pair of 21st chromosome, there is an extra 21st chromosome. So in an individual, if there are 3 instead of 2 21st chromosomes, then that condition leads to Down syndrome. The children or people who are affected with Down syndrome, they normally have low IQ, their lower lip is protruding, the tongue normally is protruding, and they continuously salivate. In addition to these symptoms, the Down syndrome, those who are affected from Down syndrome, they would have mental retardation, and the most common symptom in case of Down syndrome. So they also have smaller digits of the hands. So that's one. The second disorder that we want to discuss in chromosomal disorder category is Klinefelter syndrome. So in this condition is due to a sex chromosomal number variation. Here it was an autosome. In normal individual, the sex chromosomes are XX in females, and if it is XY, it is obviously male. So in Klinefelter's, the individual is XXY, and now because of presence of Y chromosome, this individual is going to be a male, and because of two XXs, it is going to show some feminine characters, and those individuals will have secondary sexual characters of females, like so male showing female characters. This condition is known as terms is gynecomastia. That means sexually they are going to be male, but they would have female like or feminine characters, such as voice, female like voice, enlargement of breasts. So these such kind of characters they would have. Now in case of a person who has this kind of genetic makeup, we need to draw one more interesting thing we want to discuss here, that is normally we can draw a conclusion normally that in this individual or offspring is going to be female. Here it could be misleading if we conclude just by looking at this diagram. As the bar body, as we see one bar body, we assume one X chromosome has changed into bar body, and the other X chromosome is functional. That means the individual is going to be female, but here there is a defect XXY, and this one bar body has found due to 2XX chromosome. So this condition results again due to a non-disjunction of chromosome. So instead of one X chromosome and one Y, there are two XX and Y in an individual. So this is Klinefelter's syndrome. So thirdly, we will discuss about Turner syndrome. So Turner syndrome, we usually see that there is also non-disjunction. In Turner syndrome, the genetic makeup of an individual individual is X0, as you see, X0. Now if we compare these two situations, suppose if an individual or female, normally she has two X chromosomes during egg production, one egg should receive one X chromosome, and the other egg should have received other X chromosome. If these chromosomes fail to separate, then there might be, the chances of Turner syndrome. So in this diagram you will obviously see that this is empty egg. This, in this condition, an empty egg, this gets fertilized by an X containing sperm. The offspring is going to be X0, and this condition results in the Turner syndrome. See, so because of the presence of the X chromosome, the individual is going to be a female. Now in this case we would not see a bar body. X0, as we said, out of two X chromosomes or whatever number of chromosomes, there are the one X chromosome always remain functional, and the other X chromosome changes into bar body. So in this individual there's only one X chromosome, and obviously they will going to remain functional. So when we see a bar body in an individual, in a normal individual, so a normal cell, we can conclude that there is a female cell, or from a female body. If we do not see any bar body, what conclusion we draw is probably here is one X is functional and the other chromosome is Y. That means this offspring is male in normal situation. But here in this case X0, if we see in Turner syndrome, here again this is due to the genetic disorder. As we said, this individual is going to be female, but invariably they are sterile. The reproductive cycles are not normal, as well as the menstruation is not normal. All the reproductive processes get affected. Secondary sex characters are also not formed normally. So these three are the main disorders to be discussed under chromosomal disorders. So now when we talk of genetic disorders, we divided it into two categories. The first was Mendelian and the second was chromosomal disorder. So chromosomal, when we were discussing the Mendelian characters, or the Mendelian, when we were discussed the Mendelian characters, we discussed the autosome as well as sex chromosomes as well. And here we are talking about the chromosomes, as we have as we are talking about chromosomes, and we have seen that the chromosomal number is also different in these individuals. And earlier we have also discussed, whenever chromosome number is more than normal or less than normal, so it means it always affects the individual. It can be mentally, it can be even physiologically, and invariably there are mental retardation or low IQ conditions, which are the most common symptoms or abnormalities in this genetic disorder. So as we have discussed all these genetic disorders, we need to discuss one more topic over here. It is about X-linked or sex-linked and traits. X-linked or sex-linked actually disorders, the genes which are located on Y chromosomes, they are termed as Hollandric. Okay, so the example is hypertrichosis. This is a condition in which when there are extra hair on external ear or pinna, and this is seen in case of males, and this in the genes, because it is located on Y chromosomes, so it has passed from father to son, as we are talking about Hollandric genes. Let us discuss one more simple topic, more thing over here, that is sex influenced chromosomes. So sex linked chromosomes, sex influenced characters or chromosomes, they are the ones which in which the gene is on autosomes, but their expression is controlled by a particular sex chromosome. So gene is on autosome, that means it is present in case of males as well as females, but the expression of their gene is regulated by hormones, so expression is controlled by a particular sex chromosome. Now for this, let us take an example of baldness. Okay? Baldness, which we usually see in some individuals. So the gene for baldness is on autosomes, and this gene, it acts as dominant as well as recessive in the presence of and this gene acts as a dominant in the presence of actually testosterone. Here actually the hormones that is responsible for the autosomal the gene is testosterone, and the same gene acts as recessive in the presence of estrogen. So that means the gene is found in both males and females, but because in males the hormone which is produced is testosterone, the gene starts to act as dominant gene, and that results into hair loss leading to baldness, right? So the same gene is present in females also, but the sex hormone is estrogen, in which in the presence of this hormone the same gene is acting as recessive gene. So this problem of hair loss or baldness is not seen in case of females. So this problem may arise little bit at a later stage after menopause, after estrogen level falls very low. It gets very low. Then females also have a little bit of testosterone during the entire reproductive age. Estrogen level is very high in case of females. After menopause, the level of estrogen falls to very low or negligible, so that less testosterone which they have also starts to show its effects. So there can be hair loss, but they would never reach a stage that can be considered as baldness. So to sum up, two conditions we discussed. Two conditions: a gene located on Y chromosome or Hollandrick gene that usually pass on from father to son. Another character which is sex influenced. The gene is located on autosome, but its behavior, whether that is gene be dominant or recessive, is controlled by sex hormone. So these are two more important things which we have to discuss when we talk of genetic disorders, and they are located on Y chromosomes. So thank you for watching this video. So please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and like as well as you can share the video. Thank you.